Hi everyone, it's me again. I am starting this not even really sure where to begin or even what I fully wanted to say, but I know I really need to put up an update. I've been putting it off for a few days now, just because things are still busy. To give a quick update, for those of you that don't know, I've had a situation in my building that I kind of don't like to talk about, but we had bed bugs, and if you're not familiar with them or how much trouble they are, they can upheave your entire life, especially in an apartment building, anywhere you live. They're just, it's not like having normal bugs. They are a terrible situation that you have to get under control right away, or they can be a complete mess. And I'm currently now just kind of getting everything back together. Um, because I live in an apartment building, it's the landlord that has to take care of it, and they have to go through heat treatment. You have to take a bunch of stuff out of your apartment. It's a mess. And so, as you can see behind me, I've kind of got most of this put back together. I'm still organizing some things. What you don't see is what's behind you, what's down below the camera view, which is still a lot of boxes and still a mess. But I'm slowly getting everything organized, which is why this has been pushed back. And so that brings me kind of back to why I'm doing this video. And if you saw the last one, you kind of know what's going on. Uh, on my Instagram, I've listed a lot of my artwork that I'm going to have done as prints. And I'm trying to recoup a little bit of money back. I mean, it's always been my plan to kind of sell my artwork and start putting up demos and maybe lessons and just kind of pursue this a bit more, but everything keeps coming to a screeching halt. So now that this situation's done, I can kind of concentrate on getting things kind of organized in my life. And I still really would like to sell some prints of my work. And this is where I've run into a little bit of a problem, is that I'm not exactly sure how to go about this. I've listed them on Instagram, and I listed them probably a little too early, but all the images are there that I'm having produced as prints. I'm just not exactly sure how to go about doing it. I can produce the prints myself. I can have them printed somewhere, and then if people want to buy the prints, I can package them and send them out. And that seems to be the most straightforward way. Shipping is expensive, unfortunately, from Canada. So you take a bit of a hit in that. I can go through services like Redbubble, say, for example, any of these print-on-demand services, but you don't really get a whole lot from them either. So I think any way I look at this, I'm not going to see a whole lot of money from it. The idea in doing this was just, as I said, to just simply kind of recoup back of some of what I've lost. This has been kind of a nightmare situation, and it's been a bit of a disaster, and you really do take a financial hit. Thankfully, the landlord has paid for the services as far as taking care of the heat treatment and the building, etc. But I had to throw out a bed. I have to buy a new bed. I have to buy. I don't want to go into all the details, but it is a financial knock, and also the fact I had to take time off work, and just my life had to go on complete hold for the last couple of weeks. So that kind of brings me to where I am here, and now I'm kind of going through the process of figuring out how to sell the prints. I'm sorry, I'm kind of going in circles. I know that. As I said, I'm very unprepared for this today, but I did say I was going to put up an update, and people have been asking about it. So the first thing I'm going to say is that if you would really like something, you can go and have a look at the prints that I have listed on Instagram, and you'll see they're actually listed as prints for sale, and they'll have the different sizes that are available for those particular images. I think I was going to charge $5 for a 5x7 and $10 for an 8x10. You can select an image if you want. You know what, the best way really is just to DM me on Instagram, or you can actually email me if you want. You can send something through PayPal. My email will be listed below, which is connected directly to my PayPal. If you send it through there, tell me specifically what you want, and I'll package those up and I'll send them off. I'm not going to be doing too much in the way of custom work. If you come back saying, you want a caricature of your family and that kind of thing, that's all something I'm going to have to arrange a little bit differently. I've told 2 people that I am going to do something specific for them. Frank, if you're watching, you were one of them, you wanted something regarding Captain Goggles, that's fine. I'll talk to you about that separately. That's a little bit different. But generally though, I'm going to try and stick to doing the prints. I'm also going to look into getting them printed on shirts and mugs and whatnot. I've stated this before that the only problem with that is that it is ridiculously expensive. The shirts are like $25 to $30 for a t-shirt just to have one of my images on it. Mugs are the same. Who's going to spend $25 on a mug unless that particular image really means something to you that's on it. But otherwise, that's kind of a crazy price for a mug. So I'm not really sure quite how I'm going to go about that, who I'm going to go with, but I will be posting updates on a regular basis regarding that. So keep an eye out here, and as things go along, time goes by, I will be posting updates on those items. So that kind of brings me to where I am now. The only other thing I think I am going to look into also is a website. I might even set something up on there that I can do sales through the website or link the website. Not really sure. I'm drawing a complete blank now, but I had something set up with another print-on-demand service that does shirts, but you have to link it through something else, either through Etsy. Is it Printify? I believe it's Printify, I think. I will have to double check, but you'll see something on that soon. So I'm going to set up a website and maybe have something set up through that. I'm not exactly sure yet. But again, websites cost money. If I do that, then again, I have to recoup the money on setting up a website. Everything costs money. The shipping's expensive. Websites are expensive. And then when I go to have something printed and done through print-on-demand service, I get peanuts. But then if I try and do it on a personal basis after the shipping, I still don't see a whole lot. So whatever road I go, I'm not going to make a lot. But the idea wasn't to make a lot. I'm not expecting to like recoup everything. It's just part of life, unfortunately, as things like this happen. Thankfully, though, I can say this, is that the situation is done. The place is clean. We seem to be good here. Touch wood, this doesn't happen again, because this was the second time this happened. I'm going to get the rest of my studio finished in the next couple of days, and then from there, hopefully I can just start back up from where I left off, because I do have some videos planned, and I'll have to kind of dig out those notes and start work on that again. So that's kind of the update. This is already going on 7.5 minutes, which is longer than I wanted. But thank you anyways. I know everybody's been waiting. If you have any questions, fire away. I'll try and answer them. And hopefully I'll have something else again very, very soon. Cheers.